Good afternoon and welcome to another day of Meridian Community College baseball. We are live here at Skaggs Field. Meridian Community College is taking on Spoon River College out of Illinois. Leading off for Spoon River is Robert Chaka, their center fielder. We'll get the full lineups as we go on along the way. We do thank you for joining us today. On the mound for the Eagles is David Dunn, sophomore from Linden, Alabama. The first pitch, right down the middle for strike one. Beautiful day today here at Skaggs Field, about 70 degrees. The sun has popped out for the first time in quite a while, and we're looking forward to a great day of baseball. Second pitch is fouled off down the right field line. 0-2 count. Jacobs batting .286 on the season for Spoon River. The Snappers are 0-2 on the season, making the trek down here to Mississippi for 4 games over this weekend. And the pitch, line to center field. Marcarius Lee is under it, and that is out number 1. Now coming up, second baseman Connor Wise. Wise is batting .250 on the season for the Snappers. David Dunn on the mound. Dunn picked up the start in one of our last 2 games a couple weeks ago against Jefferson College. He went about 5 innings, allowed 1 run, was the tough luck loser that day. First pitch is fouled off, strike 1. On the way for the Eagles, we have Banks Tolley starting in left field, Marcarius Lee in center field, Davis Ferguson in right. And that's a beautiful breaking ball from David Dunn to make it an 0-2 count. Third base is Hootie Parker, shortstop Colton Hips, second base Mac Pickering, first base Keegan Westbrook. Starting behind the plate is Donovan Showles, and on the mound again is sophomore David Dunn. And he gets in with a beautiful breaking ball for strike 3. 2 quick outs. 2 quick outs for the Eagles here in the top of the first. Just getting things started here at Skaggs Field. This is a doubleheader. Will be 2 7-inning games today. Eagles will be back in action tomorrow at 11 a.m. again against Spoon River. First pitch is a swinging strike. Left fielder Alex Kerner at the plate. So far in the season, Kerner is hitless. A little bit low for ball 1. Again, the Eagles will play Spoon River tomorrow at 11. In between, at 2 o'clock, Spoon River will play Coastal Alabama. And then at 5 o'clock, Coastal Alabama will take on the Eagles. Pitch is stroked to right field. Looks like he's got it, and he does. A great catch out in right field by Davis Ferguson. 3 up, 3 down. No runners left on base, no hits. We head to the bottom of the first. 0-0. Marcarius Lee steps up to the plate to start things here in the bottom of the first for the Eagles. First pitch a little bit low for ball one. Lee playing center field today, batting .214 on the season. Sophomore from DeSoto Central. A little bit inside, it looked like from up here, but don't cause it a strike. Strike one. It's a 1-1 count. He went around, couldn't quite check a swing, strike two. On the mound today for the Snappers is Colin Finelli. Finelli's 0-1 on the season. A little bit inside for ball two. 2-2 count. Just getting started here in the bottom of the first. No outs. Lee fouls it off of his leg. Will remain a 2-2 count. Just a reminder, everybody, if this is your first time tuning in with us, due to copyright laws, we do have to mute our broadcast when the music comes on. So if it gets silent for a few minutes, don't fret. We haven't lost sound, just having to mute it. And the pitch is driven up the middle. Shortstop gets over to it. He will not be able to get Lee. Ball gets past the first baseman, goes into the dugout. Will be runners on second for the Eagles. Marcarius Lee with the base hit to get things started. Now batting for the Eagles, second baseman Mac Pickering. Mac is batting a cool .556 on the season. Off to a great start. Mac is a switch hitter, batting left-handed today up against the righty. Mac looking for his first RBI of the season. And a swing and a miss, strike two. 0-2 count, no outs, bottom of the first. Marcarius Lee on second after an infield single and a throwing error. Lee getting a decent-sized lead out at second. Shortstop picks him up. A little bit outside, ball one. 1-2 count on Mac Pickering. On deck for the Eagles, Colton Hip. Mac fouls it off down the left field line. Get the lineup for you for our visitors from Spoon River. Left field, Alex Kerner. Center field, Robert Chaka. Right field, Trey Kazabowski. Third base, Jack Schaefer. We'll get to the rest of the infield in just a second. And the pitch. A little bit low and outside for ball two. Shortstop, Kyle Stanford. Second base, Connor Wise. First base, Dalton Phillips. Catching for the Snappers is Nelson Diaz. And on the mound is Colin Finelli. Max steps back in. And the pitch. Sent over towards first base. We'll get the runner to third. Matt gets the job done. Eagles will have a runner on third with one out. Coming up to bat, Colton Hip. Colton is batting .400 on the season with one home run. Runner on third here, trying to get him in with one out. First pitch, ball one. Inside for ball two, 2-0 count. Marcarius Lee on third base. Colton Hip at the plate. On deck for the Eagles is Keegan Westbrook. Pitch, and it hits him in the shoulder. Looks to be okay. Hip will go down to first base. Runners on first and third. Keegan Westbrook coming to the plate. Keegan Westbrook steps into the batter's box. Colton Hipp on first. Marcarius Lee over on third. And it is hit to the second baseman. Taylor made double play ball. And Keegan beats it out. Good hustle down the line there for Keegan Westbrook. Will give the Eagles the early 1-0 lead. Good hustle there by Keegan to beat out the ground ball to second base. And that will bring Hootie Parker to the plate. Hootie steps into the batter's box. Hootie's batting .267 on the season. Move over to first base. Good move over there. Keegan was able to get back in safely. First pitch a little bit outside for ball one. Again, this is the first game of a doubleheader today. Both games are scheduled to go 7 innings. Hootie steps back up to the plate. It's a chopper to third base. Third baseman go the long way across and pulls the first baseman, and Parker will be safe. That will put the Eagles with runners on first and second with 2 outs, and Case Garner coming to the plate. Garner steps into the batter's box. The runners on first and second. 2 outs, bottom of the first. Eagles with the 1-0 lead. First pitch a little bit low for ball one. And the pitch is driven to the shortstop, who bobbles it. He's going to have to make the throw all the way across. Good throw across to get the out at first, and that will end the bottom of the first. Eagles bring in 1 to get the 1-0 lead. Heading to the top of the second, Eagles lead 1-0. Getting things started here in the top of the second. Eagles with the 1-0 lead. David Dunn back on the mound. Coming up to bat for the Snappers, catcher Nelson Diaz. First pitch is fouled back for strike 1. Diaz is batting .429 on the season with an RBI, 3 hits in the first couple of games for the Snappers. That pitch is sent out to right field. Looks like it's sized up, and it is. It's just a long out for out number 1.
Now batting, the right fielder, Trey
Coming up next, Trey Kazabowski, right fielder, batting .286 on the season with a couple RBIs. Dunn's first pitch is skied out to center field where Marcarius Lee looks to be under it. He's got a beat on it for out number 2. 2 quick outs for David Dunn. Coming up next, Kyle Stanford, shortstop. Stanford steps into the box. First pitch is fouled off down the first baseline for strike 1. David Dunn working at a quick rate so far. Low and away for ball 1. 1-1 count. 2 outs here in the top of the second. Eagles with the 1-0 lead. Low and inside for ball 2. 2-1 count. Catches the outside corner for strike 2. 2-2 count. 2 outs here, top of the second. Eagles with the 1-0 lead. Little bit inside, looked pretty good from up here. Now bring it to a full count. And he loses him for ball 4. That'll give the Snappers their first runner of the game.
Now batting, the third baseman, Jack Schaefer.
Jack Schaefer coming to the plate, playing third base today. Schaefer batting .167 on the season. And Dunn comes to the plate. First pitch right down the middle for strike 1. A 1 count, runner on first. 2 outs here in the top of the second. And the pitch. Good breaking pitch there from David for strike 2. David in the stretch with the runner on first. Comes set. Comes on with the pitch. In the dirt for ball 1. David steps back on the rubber. And the pitch is driven to center field. Looks like Marcarius Lee will have it, and he does for out 3. 1 runner left on base for the Snappers. We head to the bottom of the second with the Eagles leading 1-0. Davis Ferguson to lead things off here for the Eagles in the bottom of the second. Ferguson comes to the plate. First pitch. Looked like he might square around a bunt. Pulls back for ball one. Davis playing right field today for the Eagles. And the pitch. A little bit high and inside for ball two. 2-0 count. Bottom of the second. Eagles with the 1-0 lead. Driven to center field. Center fielder on his horse gets to it for out number one. Davis hit a shot there, but it was right to the center fielder for out one. Donovan Shaw steps in, playing catcher today. Donovan off to a good start this season, batting .444 to get things underway over the first 4 games. And the pitch paints the outside corner for strike one. 1-1 count, 1 out here, bottom of the second. Eagles with the early 1-0 lead. Outside for ball two. Eagles will be back in action tomorrow at 11 o'clock against Spoon River one more time. Then we'll play again at 5 o'clock tomorrow against Coastal Alabama. Again, paints the outside corner for strike two. Finelli is working that outside corner right now. Doing a good job keeping it out there. 2-2 count. And Shaw sends it over to the right side of the infield. Second baseman makes a good play on it for out number 2. 2 away. Coming up to bat will be Banks Tolley. Banks Tolley steps into the plate, up to the plate. Strike one, swinging. This is Banks' first at bat this season. And the pitch. Fouled away for strike two. 0-2 count. 2 away here, bottom of the second. Eagles with the 1-0 lead. Breaking pitch there. Just didn't quite catch any of the plate for ball one. And Banks sends it over down the right field line. Looks like it's going to get out of play. Gets over down there in the bullpen, and it will be out of play. Will remain a 1-2 count. This will be 2 7-inning games today. Tomorrow, all 3 games are also scheduled to be 7 innings. Looking like it's turned into a pretty good crowd here today at Skaggs Field. Beautiful weather. Starting to cloud back up a little bit again. And the pitch is fouled off. Appeared like that one may have hit Banks as he was still in the box. Couldn't quite tell from up here. Either way, it's a foul ball. It will remain a 1-2 count. And the pitch. Beautiful breaking pitch for strike 3. No hits, no runs, nobody left on base. Heading to the top of the third, Eagles with the 1-0 lead. Getting things started off here for the Snappers. Dalton Phillips, first baseman. David Dunn back on the mound. And the first pitch is sent to the shortstop, Colton Hip. Hip scoops it up and fires across the field for out number 1. Good play there by Colton Hip.
Now batting the designated hitter, Justin Post.
Justin Post coming to the plate for the Snappers. With 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. First pitch is, wow, looked pretty good from up here. But the umpire saw it differently, and he's a lot closer than I am. Ball 1. Second pitch is low and away for ball 2. Dunn steps back up to the rubber. And the pitch is grounded slowly to first base. Keegan Westbrook scoops it up for out number 2. Now coming to the plate, Robert Chaka.
The center fielder, Robert Chaka.
Chaka led things off today for the Snappers. 0 for 1 for the day. Chaka steps into the batter's box. And the pitch. And it just gets him on the elbow. We'll send him down to first base. We'll put runners on.
Second baseman, Connor Wise.
We'll put a runner on first with 2 away here in the top of the 3rd. Coming up to bat, second baseman Connor Wise. And the pitch is fouled right straight back for strike 1. Dunn steps back on the mound. In the stretch right now with the runner on first. And the pitch. Foul down the first base line for strike 2. 0-2 count here, 2 away, top of the 3rd. Eagles with the 1-0 lead. So far, Dunn has been very efficient. Not working too deep into too many counts. Throws over to first, nothing going. Wind appears to be blowing out towards right field today, judging by the flag out in center field. And as I say that, it stops blowing that way. And Dunn gets him swinging. 1 runner left on base for the Snappers as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Meridian Community College with the 1-0 lead. Coming up to bat for the Eagles, Marcarius Lee. Finelli still on the mound for the Snappers in the first pitch. Right down the middle for strike one. 0-1 count. Bottom of the third, Eagles with the 1-0 lead. And the pitch, strike two. After a little bit of a shaky first inning, Finelli seems to have settled down. Outside for ball one. 1-2 count. And it is a slow roller to third. Going to have to be a good play here, and he is not going to make it. Even if he had fielded that one, I do not believe he would have thrown out the speedy Lee. And it's a base hit from Marcarius Lee, bringing to the plate Matt Pickering. Pickering at the plate. Marcarius Lee getting a good lead over there at first. Good opportunity here for the Eagles with the leadoff man on, top of the lineup up. Mack had a sacrifice in the first inning. Strike one. Checks over to first base. And Marcarius is back in safely. Mack at the plate. Sends it right back to the pitcher for a tailor-made double play ball, and that is exactly what we got. No! Pulled his foot off the bag. Mack will be safe at first. That'll be one away. Here in the bottom of the third. Coming up to bat, Colton Hill. Colton Hill steps to the plate, playing shortstop today for the Eagles. The first pitch. Gets inside corner for strike one. One out here, bottom of the third. Matt Pickering on first. And the pitch is fouled off down the third baseline for strike two. 0-2 count on Colton Hill. Colton playing shortstop today. In other Eagles sports action, while we got a slight break here in the action, the Meridian Community College Lady Eagles softball, 1-1 on the week, picked up a win over Bossier Parish Community College on Monday. Fell in the second game, 13-12. They will be back in action tomorrow at 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock. Games will take place over at Tommy McDonald Field at Highland Park. Colton steps back up to the plate. And the pitch is fouled off for strike two. In other Eagles sports action, the golf team getting started up on Monday. Our track team is currently participating in the NJCAA National Championships in Pittsburgh, Kansas. Good luck to Coach Chip Gaden and the Eagles. And it's another one fouled off down the right field side. 0-2 count on Colton Hill. And Colton sends it down the third baseline just outside of the foul line. And it will remain an 0-2 count. Colton is making Finelli throw quite a few pitches here, working him. Ball one. Matt Pickering on first base gets his lead. And Colton drives it down the third baseline, past the diving third baseman. Mack will hold up at second. We will put Eagles runners on first and second with Keegan Westbrook coming to the plate. Keegan steps up to the plate. Runners on first and second. One out here, bottom of the third. And the pitch, a little bit low. And he throws down to second. And Mack is able to get back in safely. Throw gets past the second baseman. And that will send Mack to third. Good base running there by Mack Pickering. Runners on first and third. One out here, bottom of the third. Mack had a little bit of a good-sized lead there at second. Catcher tried to throw behind him and get him, but the throw went in center field, and Mack was able to advance to third. Mack Pickering on third base. Colton Hip gets his lead at first base. Keegan Westbrook steps up to the plate with the 1-0 count. A little bit high and outside for ball 2. Good opportunity here for the Eagles. Pick up a run. And the pitch fouled away for strike 1. 2-1 count. 1-0 ball game. Third inning. Low and away for ball 3. 3-1 count on Keegan Westbrook here. Great opportunity for the Eagles cleanup hitter. And Keegan takes a swing at it for strike 2. Full count. And the pitch is stroked to left field, and that will get down for a base hit, and that will score Mack Pickering from third base. That gives the Eagles the 2-0 lead on a base hit by Keegan Westbrook. Coming to the plate, Hootie Parker. Third baseman Hootie Parker steps to the plate. The Eagles with the 2-0 lead now. Runners on first and second. Low and inside for ball 1. Hootie steps back in. And the pitch is fouled away for strike 1. 1-1 count. Runners on first and second. One away here, bottom of the third. Eagles picked up 1 this inning. And Hootie steps back to the plate. And the pitch, a little bit high for ball 2. 2-1 count. Parker at the plate. Hootie playing third base today for the Eagles. Welcome a special guest with us here, Mr. Brandon DeWeese, Director of Recruiting at Meridian Community College, stepping in with us. And the pitch. It gets Hootie on the elbow, and that will blow the bases for the Eagles with Case Garner coming up to bat. Case Garner steps to the plate with the bases loaded. And Case drives it through the hole on the left side of the infield. And that will bring the score in. It will bring in Colton Hip which will make it a 3-0 Eagles lead. Now coming up to bat, Davis Ferguson. And Davis steps up to the plate with the bases loaded and 1 out. Big opportunity here. First pitch is a little bit high for ball 1. Set the scene here for you. Bases are loaded. Only 1 away for the Eagles. Davis Ferguson at the plate. And Davis sends it out to left field. Do not know if he got the runner tagging from third. Throw is coming home, and it is going to be a little bit late, and that will add to the Eagles' lead. 4-0 is the score. And both the runners from third will advance to second and third. That will bring up Donovan Schaus to the plate with a big opportunity here. Schaus steps to the plate here. Big opportunity. Eagles with a 4-0 lead. Got 3 runs here in the third inning. Looking to add to the lead. Outside for ball 1. 1-0 count. Runners on second and third. Eagles could really use these 2 runs here. Pick them up here. Fouled straight back for strike 1. And the pitch. Good pitch for strike 2. 1-2 count. For the Eagles catcher. And it is sent to the shortstop, who throws over to first a little bit low, and it is not able to be picked out, and that will result in a run for the Eagles. I will also advance Case Garner to third. Eagles will have runners on first and third with 2 outs with a 5-0 lead. Banks Tolley steps to the plate here with an opportunity to add a couple more for the Eagles. High and outside for ball 1. Tolley seeing his first action of the season today. Good opportunity here for the freshman. Foul straight back for strike 1. On deck for the Eagles, Marcarius Lee, who I believe led off this inning. If he can get up, the Eagles will have batted around this go-round. 4 runs have crossed the plate to give the Eagles the 5-0 lead here in the bottom of the third. And Banks Tolley sends that to left field. It looks like it. What a play. Good play by the left fielder. And that will end the inning. Eagles score 4. And the Eagles will take a 5-0 lead heading into the top of the 4th. Stepping in for the Snappers will be Alex Kerner. Getting things started here in the top of the fourth. Eagles with the 5-0 lead. David Dunn back on the mound for the Eagles. First pitch is hit over to third baseman Hootie Parker. It is fair, and Hootie makes a great throw across the field for out number 1. Great throw there from Hootie Parker.
Coming to the plate, the catcher, Nelson Diaz.
Nelson Diaz stepping to the plate. Diaz steps up to the plate. And the pitch is driven to center field. Looks like Marcarius Lee will be under it, and Lee is, and that is 2 away quickly for David Dunn. Said it once, I'll say it again. David Dunn working very efficiently today, keeping his pitch count low. Come up to the plate for the Snappers will be right fielder Trey Kazabowski. Dunn comes set in the pitch. Right down the middle for strike 1. And the pitch a little bit low for ball 1. A little bit low for ball 2, 2-1 count. Dunn steps back into the rubber in the pitch. Good call there by the umpire for strike 2. 2-2 count, 2 outs, top of the fourth. Eagles with the 5-0 lead. Dunn steps back on the rubber. Little bit low and outside, brings it to a full count. 3-2 is the count. And it was foul tip. Donovan couldn't quite hold on to it there, and will remain a full count. Full count, 2 outs, top of the fourth. Eagles with the 5-0 lead. And the pitch is hit right back over David's head. Colton Hip makes a good play behind. Oh! And a mighty close call there at first base. Benefit of the doubt goes to the runner.
Now batting, the shortstop, Kyle Stanford.
From up here, sure looked like he got him, but umpire was a whole lot closer than we were, so we will give the umpire the benefit of the doubt there. He's the one that gets to make the final call. We'll put a runner on first for the Snappers. Even though he didn't get the out there, Colton Hip with a great play. I do believe that was the first base hit of the day for the Snappers. And that one is fouled off over around first base, and Keegan Westbrook looks to be there, and he is for out number 3. So nothing going there from that base hit will take us to the bottom of the fourth with the Eagles leading 5-0. Marcarius Lee steps up to the plate, leading things off here for the Eagles in the bottom of the fourth. First pitch, high and inside for ball one. And the pitch. Called strike one. Low and away for ball two. 2-1 count. Again, this is the first game of a doubleheader today. Both games scheduled to go 7 innings. Low for ball three. 3-1 count on the speedy leadoff man for the Eagles. High for ball four. Leadoff man Marcarius Lee on again for the Eagles. Coming up to bat, Mac Pickering. Mac Pickering steps in. Pickering playing second today for the Eagles, batting second. What appeared to be a little bit outside, but the umpire saw it differently for strike one. Must have just got the outside corner. Pitcher goes over first, caught Marcarius leaning a little bit, but he was able to get back in. Finelli checks over, and the pitch just a little bit outside for ball one. If Mac had been right-handed, he'd be a little bit sore right now. Marcarius goes on the pitch, and he is going to have it stolen easily. Marcarius Lee with the stolen base. I believe that is his third stolen base of the season. Mac steps back in. Low and away for ball two. 2-2 count. Runner on second. Bottom of the fourth. Looks like we may be having a pitching change here. We will take a break. After a visit to the mound, it appears the snappers will leave Finelli in. And Mac Pickering steps back up to the plate. A little bit low and away for ball three. Full count, 3-2. Full count on Mac and the pitch. And he gets him swinging for out one. Good pitch there from Colin Finelli for out number one. Colton Hipp steps up to the plate with a runner on second. One away here in the bottom of the fourth. And the pitch. A little bit low there for ball one. Finelli comes set and the pitch. Good pitch there for strike one. Gets Colton to swing at it. Strike one. 1-1 count. And it nails him on what appeared to be the knee, but he doesn't appear to be in much pain, so we're going to hope everything is okay. And that will bring Keegan Westbrook to the plate. Keegan steps up to the plate. Runners on first and second, one out, bottom of the fourth. First pitch swinging for strike one. On deck for the Eagles, Hootie Parker. And the pitch. Low and inside for ball one. 1-1 count. Marcarius Lee on second. Colton Hip on first. Colton appears to be okay, good to go after getting hit on the leg. Must have been a little bit outside. Ball two. 2-1 count. Keegan Westbrook at the plate. Chance to blow it open here for the Eagles. Swing for strike two. 2-2 count, one away. And the pitch. Marcarius was going on the pitch. It was fouled away. I believe Hootie made a good play over there in the on-deck circle. We'll give him a gold sticker after the game. Keegan steps back up to the plate. And the pitch. And back-to-back punks for the Eagles, and that will load the bases for Hootie Parker. Hootie coming up to the plate. And the Eagles will step back in here. First pitch outside for ball one. Hootie Parker at the plate, third baseman for the Eagles. On to pitch for Snappers, Jake Fosdick. Second pitch is high for ball two. 2-0 count. Eagles with the 5-0 lead. Looking to really blow things open here in the bottom of the fourth. And the pitch is driven in between the third baseman and shortstop, and that will bring in one. Going to look like it's going to try to bring in two. It'll bring in two. And that will give the Eagles the 7-0 lead. 2 RBI single there by Hootie Parker will give the Eagles the 7-0 lead. Coming up to bat, Case Garner. Case Garner stepping in. And the pitch. Case swings for strike one. Runners on first and second, one away here in the bottom of the fourth. Case steps back in for ball one. 1-1 count. Eagles really started to stretch things out here. 7-0 is the score. Bottom of the fourth. And the pitch is fouled back straight over our heads for strike two. Case steps back to the plate. And both runners go double steal, and they will get in without a throw. Catcher bobbled it, trying to pick it out of his glove. Put two runners in scoring position with one out. 7-0 is our score. Case with a big opportunity here. And he takes strike three right down the middle. 2 away. Davis Ferguson coming to the plate. Davis Ferguson steps up to bat. Two runners in scoring position, 2 away. And that is going to get both of them in as he clears the bases with a single down the left field line to bring it to 9-0 Eagles. Coming up to bat, Donovan Shows. Donovan steps into bat here. 2 away in the bottom of the fourth. 9-0 is the Eagle lead. A little bit outside for ball one. Davis Ferguson, first base. The pitch, again, a little bit outside for ball two. 2-0 count. And he goes on the pitch, and that is lined to right field, and that will put runners on first and third for the Eagles. Ooh, what a throw from right field. Almost got Davis Ferguson at third. He's called safe, and that will bring up Banks Tolley to the plate. And Banks steps up to plate, drives it to right field. Right fielder is under it, battling the sun for out 3. Eagles score 4 that inning to bring it to a 9-0 ball game. Heading to the top of the 5th, 9-0 Meridian Community College leads. Coming up to get things started here for our friends from Spoon River, third baseman Jack Schaefer. David Dunn back out on the mound here in the top of the 5th. Dunn has only allowed 1 hit on the day on what was a very questionable call at first base. First pitch inside for ball 1. David's last appearance was against Jefferson College 2 weeks ago Saturday. Ooh, right back to David. He's able to kind of knock it down, gets over to Colton Hip behind second base, and what a play there for the Eagles for the first out. Line drive back to the mound. David was able to get enough glove on it to slow it down. And good play by shortstop Colton Hip. Dalton Phillips steps to the plate for the Snappers. As I was saying, David pitched against Jefferson College, went 4 1/3 innings, only allowed 1 run. Sadly, that was all that Jefferson needed that day as they won a 1-0 pitcher's duel. And the second pitch of the second out of the inning comes on a slow roller to Mac Pickering for out number 2. David working very efficiently again here.
Coming to the plate, the designated hitter, Justin Post.
As I was saying, David pitched a great game against Jefferson College, coming up just short. Tough luck loser in that game. Today, working just as well. Very efficient, getting a lot of ground ball outs. So we got 2 away here. First pitch a little bit inside for ball 1. Top of the 5th, Eagles with the 9-0 lead. This is scheduled to be a 7-inning game. Strike 1 there. For those of you college baseball fans that like to keep up with some other games, Mississippi State currently leading 2-0 over Sam Houston State, playing out in Frisco, Texas this weekend. And the pitch, right down the middle for strike 2. David comes set. And the pitch. Fouled off down the first base line. It remains a 1-2 count. And the pitch. Sure looked like strike 3 from up here. Must have been a little bit outside. 2-2 count. And the pitch. And it looks to be a slow roller to Mac Pickering. Mac comes up, bobbles it, and can't quite make the throw over to first base, and that will result in a base runner for the Snappers. Mac just couldn't quite get a grip on it. Had to hurry there.
Now back to the center field.
Coming up to the plate, Robert Chaka. Be Robert's third at bat of the day. Leading off here for the Snappers today. And that is strike one. What appears to be a similar pitch to what was called a ball just a minute ago. Beautiful pitch there from David Dunn for strike two. Set the scene here for you. 9-0. There's our score. 2 outs. Top of the fifth. The Eagles with 9-0 lead. Runner on first. Justin Post. David Dunn on the mound. And the pitch. And that looks to be out of play, and it is. Gets over into the bleachers. Chaka steps back up to the plate. Center fielder today for the Snappers. Dunn comes setting the pitch. And it's fouled off right over our heads up here in the press box. And it is sent over to third base. It can't quite be dug out over there, and that will result in another base runner for the Snappers. If my memory serves me correctly, this will be the first time they've had a runner reach second today.
Coming to the plate, the second base.
Two-hole hitter Connor Wise coming up to bat, playing second base today for the Snappers. It is pretty much the first time they've threatened all day. David Dunn looks in, checks the runner on second. And it is hit over just in between Keegan Westbrook and Mac Pickering. We will have a play at the plate. Oh! And Donovan Shows had the opportunity there to get him, just couldn't quite hold on to it. And that will make it 9-1. 9-1 is our score. Coach Dylan Sutton is going to go out and talk with the umpire here. Coach Dylan Sutton is going back into the dugout here. Runners on second and third, 2 away. 9-1 is their score. Stepping up to the plate, Alex Kerner. First pitch is a strike. The amazing thing there, the Snappers scored a run with pretty much not getting a ball more than about 20 feet out of the infield here. They've just found the right spot. And the pitch low and away for ball one. And the pitch. What a pitch from David Dunn. Got Kerner to reach there for strike 2. 1-2 count, 2 outs. Runners on second and third. David comes set, and the pitch. Right down the middle for strike 3, and he gets him looking. Eagles work their way out of a little bit of a jam there. Snappers do pick up 1 on a couple of hits, and that will take us to the bottom of the 5th. Meridian Community College leads 9-1. Marcarius Lee steps up to the plate to lead things off for the Eagles here in the bottom of the 5th. New pitcher in for the Snappers, Kyle Cubell. And Marcarius fouls it off. And what a play by the catcher there to get the first out of the inning. Good diving catch there. Coming up to bat, Mac Pickering. Mac steps up to the plate. Eagles with the 9-1 lead. Mac squares around a bunt, pulls back for ball 1. For those college baseball fans out there, SEC action today. Arkansas has defeated Stony Brook 3-1. Mississippi State leading 2-0 in the 4th inning. Believe that's about it for SEC action that's already gotten started. I'll double check that to make 100% sure. I believe that's it. I do apologize. There's one more game already in action, and that is Tennessee leading 4-2 over Louisiana Monroe. And another pitch, ball 3. Do want to give a shout out to someone that I know is watching today with us, academic advisor, Miss Lori McLean. Miss Lori is the Eagles' #1 fan, so we do appreciate her tuning in today. Hate that she couldn't be here with us today, but know that she is enjoying the broadcast, enjoying the 9-1 Eagles lead. Mac will go down to first with a walk, and that will bring up
Now batting the shortstop, Colton Hip.
3-hole hitter Colton Hip. Hip steps up to the plate, and he is hit on the leg again, and I do not blame him for being unhappy. Well, that puts runners on first and second for the Eagles with 1 out. We'll bring up Keegan Westbrook to the plate. Keegan Westbrook steps up to the plate. And that is called I believe he called a balk, maybe. Nope, called time. A little wishful thinking on my part there. 9-1 is the score. Bottom of the 5th, Eagles with the 9-1 lead. And he hits him in the head, and Keegan is down, and we will take a break here as the trainers check in on Keegan. Good news, fans. Keegan has gone on down to first base. Appears to be perfectly fine, and that will bring up Hootie Parker to bat with the bases loaded. Hootie steps up to the plate with the bases loaded. And Hootie is almost hit, but instead it gets past the catcher, and that will bring in Mac Pickering to score. Makes it 10-1 here. Eagles now with runners on second and third. Parker steps back up to the plate. Pitcher's gotten a little bit wild here. And Hootie drives it to center field. Colton Hip will tag up from third, and he will score. And that brings us to 11-1. And that should, I believe, finish it out, and it does. Eagles 10-run this one. We'll improve the record to 3-2 on the season. We will take about a 30-minute break or so it appears we will start game 2 about 5 o'clock, so we will come back on with the broadcast about 4:55 or so. So we will be back shortly. Eagles win game 1, 11-1. We will be back in approximately 30 minutes.